This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Hey there, it's Brian Sebastian, movie reviews and more. And Tuesday, and it's always about Giving Tuesday. It doesn't matter if it was Giving Tuesday 2 weeks ago, whatever the case is, but it's one of those things. You have a favorite charity, favorite foundation, you'd always give. Always give to those great charity organizations. Mine, St. Jude's Hospital, Dreamweaver Arts, Dreamweaver Artist Ranch. And with that, streaming live around the world on over 100 outlets as usual. Also streaming on Worldwide TV Network, it247.com. and womenontv.tv. Sound familiar, Eric? Of course it does, some of these things. But it's one of these things where I've been waiting for this show for a long time because it's the end of the year. This is season 4, episode 4, our live show number 78. And with 2 more weeks going on before the end of the year, we're going straight through the end of the year. So with this, got to say hi to our co-host, vocally Tash, singer, songwriter, dancer. Tash, you look pretty cool tonight. Stasha Rumbos from Miami, Florida, all the way from Houston, Texas. Chef Rachel Roberts, and she's been doing a lot of stuff, and I'm so proud of what she's been doing. Terry Marie is sick tonight, and we might have a delay on both their sides and on Howard Wiggins from Brentwood, Tennessee, Dapper Howard Wiggins, the actor, and he's got a lot of great stuff going on. So the great thing about this, I like this young lady. I found her with Women in an Exhibition through our friend Heather Blair. I love the story, what she was doing. I love the things that she's doing, how she's come up through the ranks of everything, and I think that's spectacular. Whether it's the chief of strategy for Alamo Drafthouses or what she did with AMC Theaters. And I didn't even know about Hawkins Theaters. I thought that was interesting. But the one thing I really like this, and I tell people about her, and we've never met in person. I love the fact that she's the first woman to be that, when it comes to the Will Rogers Motion Picture Pioneers Foundation. That is important to me. It's about film. It's about preserving things. I like the things that they do with that, but also being that first woman of that first woman president. I like that. The one and only Heather Morgan. And I love the things that she does that people don't even know about. So this guy, now I got to call him with the DR now. Eric, I'm not going to read all this stuff, but he's done so much stuff. Okay, I'll try it. And I never read stuff. 22-time award-winning entrepreneur, best-selling author, influencer, contributions with that. Channel Nectar. Let's see. Kate Linder, yep, Young and the Restless. Eric, I'm not going to go into all of this because he's done so much. He actually coined the word influencer. He's the reason that we go to Tennessee because he introduced me to my southern mom, Edie Hand. The one and only Dr. Eric Zuley. He's done a bunch of things, and he'll go into that in a little bit. But it's about that gold carpet that's coming up this weekend also. Sharon, Heather, I got to start with you because it's fascinating when it comes to movies. I don't have a 10 best list wish. I have 30 movies that I've seen that I love this year. And I always want to give due to those because they're really, really important. Talk about what you do for Alamo, because when I went down there, I had never been to Alamo Drafthouse. And I love what they have. I love that vibe. It reminded me of being in a video store. I just love the setting of that. And I had a great time, and they let me bring my scooter in. I was really happy about that because I bring my electric scooter wherever I go. I had to talk about what's important to what you're doing and why Alamo Drafthouse Cinemas is really important cross country.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So first of all, I'm so glad that you finally made it to Alamo. You went to our downtown LA location, which we do have a video vortex in the lobby. So that is why it's reminiscent of a video rental store. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've been in the industry for over a decade. I accidentally crafted a career in theatrical exhibition. So like you said in my intro, I started with AMC Theaters as their director of guest experience. So helping the theaters provide the, best experience that they can and improve consistency across the circuit. Then I transitioned with that same company over into film. So programming films on screen across 40 to 50 locations across the country that I had, and negotiating film deals and helping to arrange marketing partnerships and a number of different roles at that company. And then I was recruited by Harkins Theaters, and I moved to Arizona, and I worked for them for 4 years, again overseeing their whole film vertical. So curating all of their film content, helping to do the best possible business that we can with our studio partners, and figuring out how to get more people to just come into cinemas and enjoy the magic of movies. Because it's, I didn't try to seek out a career in the industry, but I accidentally fell in love with it. So now I'm very motivated to get people to enjoy seeing films in theaters, which led me to Alamo Drafthouse, because arguably they have the strongest brand in the entire industry when it comes to how to motivate people and bring the magic of movies. So at Alamo Drafthouse, if you're not familiar, we currently have 40 locations across the country. We usually rank number 7th in terms of market share, but on good weekends, like this past weekend, we'll rank number 6th in terms of box office. We specialize in dine-in cinema. So we have a full menu. We have about 40 beers on tap at each location. We have premium cocktails. We specialize in eventizing films. So we'll host movie parties, and we'll host trivia nights, and we'll host drag queen bingo, and we'll do everything we can to make movie going an event, so you feel like it's an experience worth getting off the couch for, because we believe devoutly that watching a movie in home is just not the way to do it. You need to come out with your fellow movie lovers and have a communal experience. So that's really what we lean into and what we specialize in a number of different ways. And I could wax lyrical for hours about how special the Alamo brand is and what we do.
And it is special because I really did enjoy that experience. And I grew up going and working in the video store, so it reminded me of that. And I felt like I was in Vidiot's in Los Feliz in Los Angeles. I just love that because it's a lost art. It should have never have been away. And again, I do want people to go to theaters, and I want them to go to theaters safe. And I just love what you guys did. And I got to talk about this young lady down here, Eric, before I get to you, because she's a singer-songwriter, actress, author, producer, model, dancer. I love this song. And Tosh, she's our music person on here when it comes to this. I like The Rain. I thought it was beautiful. And when you can win a Josie Award this year, that says a lot. And the stuff that she's done, and Irene, you didn't even know this. I didn't know that I was actually watching and listening to some of the stuff that she created. I just didn't know that. But when you win that award, and you've been in that music, that that culture, fashion, entertainment, and on General Hospital, which was one of my favorite soap operas that I used to watch in college. But in general, that says something. Irene Michaels, glad you could join us, talk about what's going on with you, because people are loving I Like the Rain.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, as we sit right here, I am in a studio right now. I'm just recording my next new song, and they're in the other room right now editing it. So it's kind of an interesting, fun day, very exciting. Being on your show and doing a new song, and it's all very good. So that's what I'm doing right now at this very moment.
Are you in New York or are you Chicago?
No, I'm in Los Angeles.
Ah, who would have known? See, that's the whole thing. That's why I always say where people are, because who knows? Usually I'm in Los Angeles or Tennessee and not in North Carolina, but here I am. So Eric, talk about this, because Eric has a lot to say, but we got a lot of people on here. And it's always about, I always say it's about women empowerment. So Eric does a lot of things to help a lot of people, whether they're authors, whether they're fitness people, whether those influencers, because he gets that title of coining the word influencer. Yes, it was him who did that way back. Eric, talk about this. Talk about what's going on.
Thank you, Brian. That's Dr. Eric Zuley now. No, okay. I mean, yeah, I've been a master connector for a long time, and we have a network that specializes in master connecting high profile individuals to scale anybody that's on our network. We have a profile that you set up. You can put anything that you want to do for your business, from social media to website to videos to your about, whatever it is. And then we have a television network, a magazine, a event center, and a directory. We're getting ready to do our big unveiling and big benefit, big toy drive this Friday. So I'm anxious. We've known each other forever. We met at some interesting places. We've got some interesting stories to share. But yeah, I mean, just look up ericzuley.com. It's under me. That's my name when that pops up. And And if you want to get out there online, get visibility, my company is a place to go. I'm also a talk show host. I've interviewed over 3,000 something celebrities, and lately I've been just really doing a lot of producing projects. We're producing 1,000 podcasts right now with 50 different producers.
See, you can't get anybody that, because this show, one of the outlets that I put it on is Eric's Wall of Fame and his Easy Way I, because it's about reaching out to other outlets, and I love doing that. Tosh, since you're that singer, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to Irene's "I Like the Rain," and if you did, I wanted to get your take on it because I loved it. I really did.
So I wasn't able to. I was just listening, like looking at it right before, but then we got on and I couldn't. But I was hoping that maybe there was like a little trailer or something, of a little preview, or maybe you could give us a little acapella, preview for us.
Maybe. I
I
don't
mean-
know. Yes, do you have a little of the song on the show, or else I will do acapella?
We might have something. I'm not sure. Rebel will let me know.
Okay.
To talk about this.
I like rain. Well, when people hear the song, they ask me, well, what is it about rain that you like so much? Why did you write an entire song about rain? And that wasn't my intention when I very first started writing the song. And I collaborated with Michael A. Levine, who's also in Los Angeles. And he came up with the idea. And then we went back and forth with the thought of it. And it just all kind of came together. And I really do like rain. I like it better than snow. But it's a sort of like a love story when you think about it. It's really great. I've won a lot of awards with it, so I'm very proud of it.
And Heather, I don't remember or not. I think you're an avid book reader, if I remember correctly, right?
Well, you're cheating. Look behind me.
No. Yeah, so I thought it was DVD discs. I couldn't see.
No, yes, I am an avid book reader, avid movie watcher, and avid book reader both.
Yes, and that's one of the things I liked about that, because I thought it was unusual to find that someone where you are in that point when it comes to cinemas. And the reason why I'm saying this, because when I think of Eric Zuley, Eric does a lot of stuff with some of those best authors, and it's even on the music side. And as Irene was just talking about, I'm thinking of some of these producers that kind of always end up in Eric's wheelhouse for some strange reason. I'm getting a lot of authors, and I get a chance to read some of the books, not all of them, but I remembered that off the top of my head when you were Women in Exhibition, because I loved what you were talking about in that hour, and I thought that was fascinating. Talk about your love of books, a favorite couple of books, if you could think of some of them off the top of your head, but not turning your head. That would be cheating. But in general,
they're too small for me to see in the screen looking from right here. It runs the gamut. Like when I want something to just unwind and sink into, I enjoy a good Sarah Moss. I enjoy a Colleen Hoover. I really enjoy a Lucy Score. Like I'll just, a modern fiction is great for me to just unwind. If I'm wanting to, develop in terms of leadership, I'm a big follower of Simon Sinek. I love Simon Sinek. I love Sheryl Sandberg. It depends. I read a lot of content for specifically women leaders in general and in this industry, but then a lot of content on just leadership development in general, because it's an ongoing study and practice. And if you really care about being an effective leader and developing that within your company, it's something that you need to commit to always learning about and to realizing that you never know everything about it. So, it's a pretty wide array of fiction and nonfiction that I have back behind me there.
I think that's great. Talk about the last couple of weeks of people going to the theaters, because we only got 2 weeks left of the year. And as I was putting my best of list together, I was thinking of you. I was thinking of people going to the movies, because I remember in the days where you would see one movie opening on Christmas, but when you've got 3 opening right about Christmas and 2 on Christmas Day, things have changed. And I think that's actually pretty good.
Well, this year, so I'll be honest, this year worried us. Normally you have, 1 or 2 really big tentpole titles that are dropping at Christmas time. And this year we haven't had that. We don't have one massive tentpole title that you're going to need to put on 4 or 5 screens and you're going to sell out every show. This holiday season is more about an accumulation of different titles that were a little bit up in the air. And I'll be honest, I'm thrilled with how they're performing, not just at Alamo, at Alamo in particular, but across the industry. Like Emma Stone's Poor Things and Miyazaki's film that just opened this past weekend. And I mean, you've got even holdover titles that are doing really well for us. And it's finally giving people a chance to, you know, come out to the theaters and see, you know, new and different content. Alamo's sweet spot. So we do really well with tentpole titles, but, you know, on par with the rest of the industry. But where we really shine is with, you know, artistic, more deep cut, you know, type film that is on the fringe where a lot of mainstream audiences wouldn't go see it. And that's something we're very passionate about cultivating our audience to train them to go consume a wide array of content, because we feel like it creates social conversation and it broadens perspective, and it, you know, it's the tapestry of, you know, the very fabric of society. So we feel like we're playing a really important role when we show these types of films. So when we put them on screen and people turn out to see them, there's nothing I like better.
I think that's great. Dr. Zuley, I'm going to you in a minute. I got to get the Irene one more last time before I open up to everybody. I see all these instruments. As me as that percussionist, I love seeing instruments. There's a short film coming out called The Last Repair Shop. What bothers me is not having people, if instruments are coming down, that you actually can't see these things. You can't fix them sometimes. And as I'm talking about this, let's talk about this song. Let's see what it sounds like. I Like the Rain, because I really like it.
Always want the stars aligned. When I'm near you, I can be blue. But I'm the only color's June. It has no end, it has no start. It's just the logic of my heart. It's the secret you can never tell. We're falling, like little drops on window pane. We're falling, but I like rain.
So when you see something like that, and you've got this touch of this going on, how did this music video come about when it came to that?
Well, I think that anytime you do a song, and to have all the ingredients in a full package, you need to have a video, music video. You probably should have some CDs also. And you have 3 or 4 songs to do an EP. And this particular song, which was nominated for the Josie Award, when I first submitted my material, you had to have 3 songs completed that you wrote originally that were your songs, and you had to have it accompanied by a music video. So that's how the music video came into play. I was absolutely going to do one anyway, but that kind of like pushed my hand a little bit. So it was fun. I did it in Nashville, and I had some really good people behind me. So it was cool.
And I keep telling everybody, Nashville is the place to be. It has been for a long time. I've been going back down there since 2018. So from somebody who grew up there in Brentwood, Nashville, Gatlin, and Green Hills, Howard Wiggins. Howard, I'm telling you who you are, what you're doing, what room you're in.
I'm in the upstairs hallway art gallery, and I'm in Brentwood, Tennessee, and I'm son of Little Roy Wiggins. I've got 2 movies. Without Warning is the one where I'm going to be playing a main character in, and then later on in the season, I'm going to play Who's Going to Take Care of Me, and I play the emergency room doctor in that. So,
Vocally Tosh.
and son of Little Roy Wiggins, play steel guitar with Eddie Arnold.
Cheers. So I'm Natasha Rumbos, but everybody calls me Vocally Tosh. That's my Instagram handle. And I've been with Brian for about 3 years doing interviews and being on movie reviews and more. But from that, I do music. I do a lot of urban, Latin, reggaeton, dembow. type music, which right now I just launched my merch, which is what I'm wearing right now for my newest single called Sugar Daddy. So it's a very fun dembo song. I had a friend who was obsessed with sugar daddies back in college, and I felt like I had to write a fun song about having a sugar daddy in Miami because that's where I'm from. So yeah, I just love to like just do music. I've been doing it for 3 years, and it's taken me to some places that I never thought I was gonna get to. Like I've had the most beautiful opportunities to perform in New York, in Las Vegas. This past week that it was Art Basel in Miami. It was my first time being hired to perform at a nightclub, which was insane. And I was with my little merch, so I can show everybody. It says Tosh Baby, because that's how I sell all my songs. I'm like, it's Tosh Baby. So yeah, so I invite you guys to listen to Sugar Daddy. I don't know, Rebel, I don't know if we have like that little 15-second clip from a while back that I have done, but if we don't, just check it out on my Instagram, on YouTube, check out my music videos. They're a lot of fun, a lot of Latin vibrations, and yeah, that's Tosh Baby for you.
Volando por las calles de Miami con mi sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar, con mi sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar, con mi sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar, con mi sugar. Volando por las calles de Miami con mi sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar, con mi sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar daddy, sugar, con mi sugar daddy, sugar.
That's a little snippet. It's very fun, very Dembo, very Miami. Yeah, so you know, I'm all merched up. It's my first time doing merch, and I've actually sold a lot of these bucket hats. They're super cute. So if you guys want to let me know, if you want to, represent sugar daddies, let me know.
Chef Rachel Roberts. And Rachel's got
Hello, I'm a little chef here in Houston, Texas. I do a lot more than cooking, though. I've got a little cooking show that I'm shooting episodes for. I've got a morning show called Coffee Talk. And that comes on every morning, Monday through Friday, anytime between 4:30 in the a.m. and 10 in the a.m. Anyway, and you'll catch me on the news doing fun stuff with Ruben Dominguez with Fox News. It's working on a little book, slowly called Eat Clean, Drink a Little Dirty, because that's what I like to do. What else? I've been working as a co-host with Brian for a few years, not as long as Tosh, but almost. And yeah, so life is fun. Reinvented myself. I was just a soccer mom, and when COVID hit, I just wanted to stay connected to people, and I got a really strong energy, and I'm very happy every day. I wake up early. And I do my little coffee talk, and I've got a lot of energy and a lot of spunk, and I think people feel it. So yeah, life is good. I'm happy.
So Dr. Eric Zuley, this is why we always sponsor everything that we're doing, because Eric does his thing. Brian. And it's one of those things like that where whether it's the authors, whether it's filmmakers, and again, my job is just to make sure people go to the theaters and see these great things and read these books, film, fashion, music, everything about that. Whether it's Irene, whether it's Eric, whether it's Heather. Eric, talk about the things that you're doing, why we're showing a little bit of Irene stuff right there, because you can always chime in like that while we're talking and listening to other things going on, because it is important. Take it away, Dr. Zuley.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Well, I mean, I'm seeing everybody on the show, and I'm thinking, I'm like, I can help that person. 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 So we have a pitch party that we do. And in fact, everybody's invited. And Rachel's been on it, and some people it's starting to get pretty known. We've done about 52 pitch parties on Zoom now. They help artists, authors, philanthropists, entrepreneurs, speakers. Very much involved with Better Vision for Children right now, that helps awareness with amblyopia and vision for their goals and dreams. And I myself have been a host for over 24 years. I've interviewed a lot of people. But my biggest focus has really been building out a platform that's a one-stop shop, one login. We call it a social solutions network. I built the Easy Way Wall of Fame, which Brian is actually one of our most viewed profiles. I think you're up to like 40, 50,000 something views or something on there, Brian. Mm-hmm. And there's, a lot of.
I know the exact number, as he knows.
And there's a lot of like just my friends in the industry have all kind of supported us with this thing. So it's grown to over 12 million views and 55,000 visitors per month. And we have a television. In fact, if I can share the screen, since I have my little time here, I'll just kind of show you guys what I'm talking about, so you have a more of a visual. Basically, you get a profile when you get on the platform, and then people can book an appointment with you. They can connect with you. That you can put your business on there, your bio and stuff. But if you go to sites, there's an actual navigation. So if you want to promote your events, you can put it on our event platform, which is kind of like Eventbrite. If you want to be on TV, you can simply go to EasyWay TV, which is national. And me and Brian work with a lot of the same people, and we reach about 300 million something homes. If you want to promote your event, this is what it looks like. And so, in fact, what I'd like to do though is kind of promote the event that we have coming up, Brian, this Friday. If I could play this video, it's about less than a minute. For the cause.
Is it playing?
The video's not playing.
The video's playing. You guys can't hear it?
No, we can't.
So are you not seeing my screen when I was sharing the screen?
We did see the screen, but we can't hear it. You have to have the audio part on.
What am I'm not the engineer, so what is there something I need to click? I have everything.
Do you have a link to the video? I can pull it up myself.
Yeah, let me go ahead and just put that in the chat. But in the meantime, I mean, really, we're doing something pretty interesting with collecting toys. So we're asking everybody to send toys in, and basically trying to multitask here and talk at the same time. It's not easy to do. It's like walking and chewing gum. So basically, if you guys can email easywaypromotions@gmail.com, letter E, letter Z, and send in your toys, and don't your friends donate. It's in Orange County, California. We got the Mission Viejo Chamber of Commerce involved. We're going to be honoring Henry Tillman, who's a world champion boxer who fought Mike Tyson, and one of my good friends. We're honoring him with the Lifetime Achievement Award. Kate Linder from Young the Restless is supporting, but unfortunately the Emmys, I found this out, Brian,
in the cause of positive change,
is on the same day of my event, and that's been fun. So a lot of my friends are supporting on the Emmys. In fact, a couple of people will talk about BBC and EasyWay on the Emmys carpet. We're hoping to get some content from there. And since this is about movies, reviews, and more, we're working on TNT. I told you about that, right, Brian? The TNT project. So teasers and trailers. Here's the video. So we'll go ahead and play this real quick. So
in the heart of Orange County, a beacon of hope beckons. Better vision for children. Charity presents an exclusive gold carpet dinner on December 15th. An evening of opulence and compassion, a confluence of elegance and commitment to enhance the lives of children in need. Imagine walking the gold carpet, mingling with celebrities and influencers united in the cause of positive change. The spirit of the holiday season is elevated with a toy drive, a chance to bring joy to little hearts. The night unfolds with an exclusive silent auction, a treasure trove of luxury items and experiences, all for a brighter future. As the evening progresses, a meaningful movie screening takes center stage, shedding light on the challenges faced by visually impaired children and the impact of better vision for children's work. This transformative event will take place at the exquisite in spirit of Orange County. To join, RSVP by December 10th to make a lasting impact. Together, we can contribute to the success of Better Vision for Children Charity's mission. See you on December 15th.
Yeah, so you just go to easywayevents.com if you want to go to that, or the 400 other events that we have on our calendar. And then the other thing, Brian, is we're doing these podcasts. We just linked up with Celebrity Boxing and like a lot of really high profile people. We're basically bringing on all their podcasts to the network. So we're excited next year. We think that the reach is going to be really great. And Brian's going to be a lot more involved with, we'll have movie reviews and more on there. And we're going to be working together with this teasers and trailers project. we're working on a big film festival next year too. So I think we have about 13 events on the calendar for next year. Really amazing events.
And Heather, talk about this since we're on charities, because it's no matter what it is. I've always liked St. Jude's, Doctors Without Borders. I like Will Rogers. I like that. Talk about why that's important and how you became president of that.
So Will Rogers, our entertainment industry has two primary charities. One is Variety, the children's charity, and the other is the Will Rogers Motion Picture Pioneers Foundation. I'm the president right now of the Will Rogers Motion Picture Pioneers Foundation. I became that 2 years ago, and then for 2 years prior, I was serving on the board after having been involved with the charity from my time in the industry. And it was simply because I wanted to be more involved. I wanted to, to do more for more people outside of my formal job responsibilities in the industry. I wanted to be more connected and feel like I was doing good. And Will Rogers just does so much good. It has a number of different arms. One arm is for pulmonary research. And that was very helpful during COVID because, we had a lot to learn about how it was affecting the pulmonary health of people. Another arm is Brave Beginnings, which is our public-facing program. And we raise funds to purchase neonatal equipment for NICU units in hospitals because there are a staggering number of babies born prematurely. And if hospitals don't have the equipment for the babies to stay in while their lungs develop, it creates lifelong challenges related to asthma and breathing issues and you name it. So we do really great work there. And then probably what we're most known for is our Pioneers Assistance Fund. So it helps members of our industry, whether they be in exhibition, distribution, or with our vendor partners, if they fall on financial hard times due to a natural disaster, an injury, an illness, an unforeseen life event, if they need, counseling services, we're there to help the members of our industry. It's very much a, we care for our own type of philosophy and organization. So the charity does a lot of amazing work and I'm just proud to be part of it. It's been around for, 80 plus years and it's nice to be part of that storied history.
And talk about this, Irene, I'm coming to you in a minute. Talk about where the Alamo draft houses are. Is the one in Houston? Is the one in Nashville?
Not one in Nashville, but we have them. So our 40 are across the country. We are based in Austin, Texas. So we have a number of them around Texas, including Houston. We have downtown LA. Probably our highest grossing location is in Brooklyn. We have, a few different locations in New York. And then our newest one, we just opened Boston. And then before that, we opened Chicago. So we are going into very high profile DMAs where we haven't previously had a presence. And then we're working on expanding our circuit into just other key locations across the country. Our goal is to bring more Alamo Drafthouse and more films to more people in more places.
Like I said, I haven't stopped talking about it because I just really loved it. I felt like it's a little kid walking in there with my little scooter, even though it was my big scooter. It was just a fun experience just being there. And I really did like that a lot. I love that it
felt different for you. That's great. That it didn't feel like a typical.
I really did like it. I love the old classic photos up there. You don't get a chance to see this anymore. Usually Lemley is my theaters, but I think it's going to go away, unfortunately. I hope not. So, I have no problem getting on a subway instead of driving, going to Alamo. I just thought it was great. So when I'm traveling around, I want to make sure I can support it that way. That's why I was asking.
If you ever are somewhere and you want to know if there's an Alamo close by, you just send me a text.
Okay. Irene, talk about this. I think it was Eye on the Scene, your site. I thought your site was very, very interesting. Talk about why your website is pretty cool when it comes to fashion and entertainment and culture and stuff like that. And I always wanted to ask you this, being on General Hospital, go for it.
Yes. Well, I was on General Hospital as a nurse. And it was some time ago. I was on during the Luke and Laura days. And as a child, I remember my mother watching General Hospital. And then I grew up and I auditioned for it and I became a member of the cast. And years later, I had my mother come and meet all the cast characters from all the players from General Hospital. That was a big thing for her, so that was something I was able to offer her, which was great for me. As far as my website, Eye on the Scene, I've been doing that for about 18 years now. And it's a luxury lifestyle, glamour and health. And it tells so much about how to take care of yourself with reports on all the latest news, all the celebrity news. It shows people how to apply their makeup. Women love this. I wrote a book. The book is sold on Amazon. It's also on my website. I developed a serum called Ion Youth, and that's also sold on my website. And it's so many things. I like to think it's like a mini Huffington Post. We offer our readers a variety, even horse people, the horse community, which I'm an avid equestrian. We write about the horses and animals. I belong to several charities that involve animals because I'm an animal lover. And so it's a pretty interesting website. Yeah.
It is. Howard, talk about, I mean, obviously there was just a tornado that went through there, and I'm always saying, I got a chance to call some of my friends, but not everybody. Talk about what's been going on with you, because you just got something booked last week, which I thought was great. You got a lot of good stuff going on. I couldn't be happy for you.
Yeah, I did it previously early, talked about the 2 movies and what I did in that one. I did go, they had Holiday Fest this weekend, and I tried to get to it because nobody texted me and told me it was canceled. And I was determined to get there. So I drove through the hurricane. I parked under a bridge while it passed. I got 0.3 miles from my destination, and the building in front of it, part of the corner collapsed. So, wow. But there was power lines out, there was police, it was total blackout. I was going to get gas in Hendersonville because it was a lot cheaper than where I live in Brentwood. So my gas tank was a little bit past empty. I couldn't see any lights because it was complete blackout. I just thought, well, I'll just drive till the car runs out or I find a gas station. Fortunately, I found the gas station, and it took me about an hour to get back home. But my wife said, "Are you scared?" And I said, "Not really, because I'm not scared of dying. And if I went in a tornado and go up in the air, I think that'd be kind of cool." So anyway.
So for everybody to know, and Eric is a dancer, the old b-boy dancer, but it was one of these things where Howard loves to dance, and we got one of those videos. I think Howard, last time I stopped looking, it was like 231,000 views, and it's only 9 seconds. But you can see what he's wearing. He looks good in anything, Heather, anything, and it's fun to see when you see anything like this, because when we got together about this time last year, he's walking down the street in his top hat and his beaver felt top hat and everything like that, and people were just stopping and taking pictures with him because he just looks iconic in any age. It doesn't matter what it is. But in general, I always say he looks like Sean Connery. That's how I always picture it in my life.
Actually, it happens every day. I had 3 or 4 compliments today, but every day somebody stops me usually.
And Rachel, talk about this. It's funny to see what your fans are doing when you're doing your coffee talk, but also when you're on Fox, because you're going out and getting recognized even a lot more now. And now that I know that there's the Drafthouse, Alamo Drafthouse in Houston, that might make me go back to Houston and visit.
All right, there it is. Brian's coming to Houston next. Y'all heard it. So, Brian's been on Coffee Talk with me a few times, and we always have a good time. You go out in Houston, and I tell people on Coffee Talk where I'm going, and then we always see people out there like, "Oh, Coffee Talk!" People recognize me, and we always have a good time. Are you still in touch with those Tina and the twins out here?
I haven't talked to them in a while,
on
but
my
that
social media,
video,
you see
that one,
them everywhere.
That interview that we did with them is at 250,000 views and still counting since December 2nd, I think. It's grown a lot. And that movie, Heather, that movie's called For the Animals, a great documentary on Houston. There's 1 million stray dogs in Houston, and they go around and they rescue all the dogs and a few cats here and there. And it was a great documentary called For the Animals. And I love that.
Those
and that's how
women
I met them.
are really hot stuff. Yeah, they are hot stuff. Rodeo's coming up. Why don't you come back for the, why don't you come back in February for the rodeo?
I'll come back after the LA Art Show. How's that? Because now that I know there's an Alamo Drafthouse there, I'll go.
When is
No,
that?
seriously. Seriously, now that I know it's there, Heather, I'll go because
right.
that'll make me go. So Tosh, talk about this. You were just in another country too, and Eric, I'm coming to you back. You were just in another country. Talk about you going outside the U.S., coming back, and what game show you ended on.
So I can't really say the name of the game shows until it airs. But I did have like the amazing opportunity to get flown to Uruguay to be part of it's like a trivia, kind of like Jeopardy, but in Spanish. And in other words, the whole concept of the show is that you're on a platform, and if you got the answer wrong, you fall to just blackness and just craziness at the bottom. And it's a very fun show. It was really, I've never filmed for a TV show before, so it was very cool to get that experience, seeing how everything is filmed, like with the audience and like, you know, the cameras and everybody like stressing. And I'm just like, I'm here for the fun. Like if I don't know the answer to the question, well, I'm gonna fall, but I'm gonna fall with style. And it was really great. So it does come out in January, so I definitely can talk about it as soon as my 5 episodes air, because I was able to be on it for a while, because you know I was one of the really funny, energetic, colorful people, and it was beautiful. Uruguay, I never really ever thought about visiting Uruguay, and honestly, I keep on telling everybody you have to go and visit. It's such a beautiful country. The people are just wow, like they're just so nice and just warm and really a great experience. I was there for a week, and I'm excited to see how the episodes come out, because there's one episode where they allowed me to sing Sugar Daddy, which was very cool, and just seeing how the audience was really going along with it and everything made me really happy. And I think I definitely left Natasha a mark over there, so we'll definitely talk about that as soon as it comes out. But yeah, it was fun, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity that I was never expecting that to happen.
So we got a couple minutes left. Before I get to this movie listing, I got to talk about some movies. Rebel, we got to show My Southern Mom, Dr. Eric Zuley. It came from Eric on this one, My Southern Mom, Edie Hand. When Eric and I first met, he was walking down the stairs. I was walking down the stairs. He was walking up the stairs. He knows, I don't know who you are, but God told me I need to stop and talk to you. We became friends from that. I want to say it's 2016, 2017. Our friendship goes back to that. And it's one of these things where he does connect a lot of great people on that. He is very good at doing that. He is that master connector. It's because of Dr. Eric Zuley that I went to Tennessee, because I picked a film called The Last Christmas, because she's a 4-time cancer survivor. And it was one of those things, every time I go down there, Eric is the reason that I always talk about why we're here. Because if it wasn't for Eric, I would have never had met Edie Hand. And we became part of the Elvis Presley brand because of that. We became, Howard has become a friend of that. Rachel introduced me to Howard. Tosh and her Women of True Grit. Thanks for the memories. It's very, very important, because being the cousin of Elvis Presley and being invited to all of these things like this, and what she's done for the Women of True Grit, you can see Lisa Marie there, things that we've done in the last couple of years there, and what we did this year. These are very, very important. And she's one of the reasons that she would make Elvis those sandwiches that you heard about. She did that. And when you've lived in Graceland, that says something. So St. Jude's Hospital, for me, has always been great. And there's a picture of Link and Victoria are the co-hosts. They're part of our family too, so I couldn't be happier. And again, I've got to give credit to Dr. Eric Zuley on that. So Eric, thank you for that. Eric, talk about that really quickly, and talk about why Edie's important and how you met her real quick.
Yeah, no, I love Edie. So we're still good friends, and we were actually, I believe it was on one of our yacht events. I introduced you guys, and what she does is just amazing with women. And I mean, not to mention her amazing, family. I mean, you can't forget, it's a power industry family, but they do a lot to give back. And Brian, you mentioned the movies and stuff, and I completely forgot. And I guess I got some people watching right now on my social media And I got some text messages from some of my partners. Hey, mention the movie we're doing, the movies we've done. So we just did a movie with Sony. There's a big video game deal happening, so I'm kind of producing on that. And then there's a movie coming up with Doug Jones, and we got Mark Hamill from Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, and we got some good projects in the works. You know, we really got some great stuff happening. I also wanted to say the speed meet interviews. I'm really promoting just everybody that really wants to get their message out there and that really has the right reasons for impact. I've been an interviewer for a long time, and when I do interview you, the right eyeballs see you, as Brian. And thank you for that nice edification, and I appreciate the kind words. If I interview you, my goal honestly was always to be like a Jimmy Kimmel, but I wanted to be like a golden child to help people, you know. And I figured that if you make yourself strong in front of a microphone, you can do that. And so I've created this idea called Speed Meet Interviews, which is like speed dating but interviewing. And then we put you on Easy Way TV and all the stuff that we do. So if you text interview to 59925, you can get on that. And again, going back to the event, you know, I really want to promote these kids and what we're doing here. The holiday season. I mean, these kids and these families can't do Christmases. Like, these are needy families that can't have their own Christmas. So we're sacrificing our Christmas to bring them toys and whatnot. And then the other thing that I really wanted to make sure I put out there, and I got another text. Thank you for my wonderful team reminding me. We have a book, and I'm really happy that Omar Periu, the co-founder of LA Fitness, he's forwarded a lot of books. He's done over 28 best-selling books. He's a very successful individual, speaks for T-Mobile and a lot of major things. We're producing his podcast, and we're going to be doing a book that he's forwarding. It's called Best of the Best. So we have a lot of great projects. If you want to get a turbo boost to your visibility and you're trying to make impact, we're selective of who we choose to work with. But we have a lot of projects coming out that can give you a massive amount of promotion. So again, just text Easy Way to 59925 or interview, get involved with us. And Brian is on there. So ultimately, Brian, I hope you give everybody your invite code and your affiliate link, and you know, we want to build your pipeline. And I hope I can connect with everybody on here to help you guys in any way that I can. I like your music, by the way. I was bobbing my head a little bit, Tosh. You know,
thank you.
Game recognizes game. I rap too. I dance, and I wish I had my video ready, because I have a lot of videos. I've danced with a lot of celebrities and things, and we got some of my Soul Train friends coming to the event and stuff. And but you know, music is a healer. You know, music is really important. And so we're just providing the platforms. I'm tired, Brian. I'm tired. I don't want to be the person anymore. I just want to own the vehicle to help people, you know?
Hey, I got to talk about this. Oh, go ahead, Tash. Go ahead.
I already texted the number. No, I was like 59925, boom, boom, boom. Like, I see you.
Hey, that's what it's all about. So Heather, you will like this. Heather, did you ride horses too?
No.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. But it was one of those, because I did stuff in the world of dressage. So Irene, that you reminded me of that. But it was one of these things where Little Richard is probably my best film of the year. I Am Everything. What a great film. I found it last year at the Pan African Film Festival. I've been talking about it ever since. Carla Hernandez, woman directed, is everything. When a Little Richard goes to England and meets up with the Beatles before they go to Hamburg, and they go with him, that's the reason why they became successful. And so when you see old photos of old shows of Richard talking about, I made this one famous, he really did. It's a great documentary. Howard and I saw a Gloria Gaynor documentary. No one has seen that. Heather, I don't know if you've seen it. It's called I Will Survive. It's an excellent documentary on what happened with Gloria Gaynor. We saw that at the National Film Festival. I'm talking about it, Howard. There's so many people. It's like you and I are the only ones who've seen it. It's a great documentary, but it's going to National Public Television. And then when it comes to, let's see, there's a movie called Michael J. Fox, Still, which is great. On Apple TV, Lee was a woman photographer who captured all the Holocaust photos. She was a woman who went into World War II. She had to fight to be there to take those iconic images. If it weren't for her, we would have known about the Holocaust. So when it comes to these things like that, these are important. And yes, we got to support these artists when it comes to things like this. Irene, talk about your music one more time before we get out of here. Go for it.
Okay, I shall. I have 5 new songs coming out very shortly. I hope that you all listen to them. They're under my name, of course, Irene Michaels, and I'm very excited about it. I just, I can't say enough about it. I started doing this again during COVID. I did it a long time ago. I performed and entertained many, many years ago. And then I left it and did other things and traveled and what have you. And then when COVID came about, I sat in the house and said, oh, God, I'll never survive having to sit home all day. And I started doodling around with my piano, my guitar, and started writing music again. And I said, God, have I missed this? So I've been doing it ever since, and I just love it. So I'm glad I had the opportunity to start again.
Irene, you said that you're in LA, right? Are you going to be out here on Friday?
On Friday, I think I still am here on Friday. I think. I'm not quite sure yet.
Well, Brian can connect us. Love to have you come to our event. It's going to be in Orange County, Missionville.
Okay, if I'm here, I definitely will come.
You'll like it. Hey, so we're out of time. So Heather, you got to give social media links real quick. Go for it.
Me?
Yes.
No, I'll give you Alamos. I'll do that later.
Oh, go ahead.
I like to be the person behind the scenes.
Exactly. Yeah. Tosh, go ahead.
So you can follow me at Vocally Tosh on all streaming platforms, or visit my website, natasharumosmusic.com, which is down there, and stream Sugar Daddy. Get your merch. Also, Tosh Baby in the house representing. Okay, thanks.
Howard Wiggins.
Howard Wiggins, Facebook and on Instagram, right?
Yep. Rachel Roberts.
Rachel Roberts Recipes.
Eric Zuley, Dr. Eric Zuley.
EricZuley.com for me personally, EasyWayNetwork.com for the company. And again, text EasyWay, letter E, letter Z, WAY to the number 59925. And everything is at Eric Zuley or at EasyWay Family on social media.
And Irene, your social media links, please.
www.ironmachine.com or yes, that's it. That's good. That's good for now.
All right. Want to thank everybody, and as I always say for this, have a good night tonight, a better day tomorrow. You see someone without a smile, please give them one of yours because the world needs it. Thank you, everybody. I'm Brian Sebastian. This is Movie Reviews and More, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.